Good afternoon. My name is Patricia Payan. Today I'm going to be talking to you about death and dying and why it is healthy talk. There's a verse in the Bible found in James chapter 4, verse 14 that says, "Life is but a vapor. We're here today and gone tomorrow." We talk about birthdays, weddings, holidays. We plan and prepare for all those things. So why not death? Death can be considered a celebration of life, accomplishments achieved throughout. Dr. Christopher Kerr of medicine in a TED Talk back in 2015 says that because of medical training, they learn how to defy death. Frederick Hudson, author of The Adult Years, 1999, said that the lifespan of humans have extended significantly. Back in 1776, the average lifespan expectancy was age 35 and the median age was 16. Today, there are over 160,000 people that are living over the age of 65 years old. Wow, medicine has truly advanced. So why talk about death? It lifts the burden, the uncertainties, the stress and the trauma from our loved ones. David Solie, author and psychologist of How to Say It to Seniors, 2004, said we can consider talking about death as a life review. And a life review can be a door to talking about or building a legacy with our loved ones and for ourselves, sharing our stories, our values, our memories, things that are important to us. One of the things in talking about death is learning how to listen and what to listen for. And also, don't take over the conversation, especially if we're talking to someone, our loved ones, our parents about death. Learn to listen. Martha Atkins, death educator and author, researcher, on a TED Talk in 2013, More to Dying That Meets the Eye, says that we've taken death out of the homes. And because we've taken death out of the homes, it's no longer talked about. And because it's no longer talked about, it's feared. So before the Civil War, immediate family members took care of all the death arrangements, including the embalming and the services of the funeral within the home. But after the Civil War, because of the increase of death, that changed dramatically. How to talk about death? Well, timing, the atmosphere is everything. If you're in a restaurant or there are distractions, that is not the time or place to talk about it. Possibly on a drive or on a walk or in the garden where you're more relaxed and you're focused on a conversation as important as death and dying. Be patient also when talking about death and learn to ask the right questions more than once. In other words, don't give up the first time and be aware of our tone. When we talk about death, we can respect the wishes of our loved ones and be sensitive to them as well as they to us. If you still have a hard time talking about death, there are activities that we can do. And one is a game called Hello. I found this game on a website called Dying to Know about activities that we can do. And Hello is a questionnaire game for ages 13 and up. There's 2 to 5 players, and there are booklets everyone will get. And in that booklet, there are questions. One of the questions that is asked is, if you can no longer go to the bathroom, who would you want to help you? And you would write it there. And it's up to you to share it. And those are ways to open up a conversation about death and dying and what is important to us. Having a plan of action, Mitch Albom, author of Tuesdays with Morrie, he interviewed his professor who had ALS. And one of the things Professor Morrie said to him was, once you learn how to die, you learn how to live. Having a plan of action, I collected several different plans, from different websites, CBS News, in a poll that they did, and also the Tribute Content Agency by Lauren Lindstrom, and David Ramsey, a financial advisor. A living will is important because it talks about your wishes. Do you want a feeding tube? Do you want to be resuscitated? Do you not? Those are important. Durable power of attorney gives someone the opportunity, or actually the power, to decide for you medically and financially. What are your spiritual and cultural beliefs? Do you share those? Do you have life insurance, a bucket list? Where do you want to be buried or cremated? Or will you be donating your organs? Laura Cartensen, founding director of Stanford Center on Longevity, with a group of physicians in a conference on family decision-making surrounding life-threatening illnesses back in 2015, said that 9 in 10 people think it's important to talk about death, but only 3 out of 10 actually do it. 99.9% of doctors report they struggle having a conversation with patients about death and dying. 60% of decisions made by physicians were contrary to what the patient's documented preferences were. 65 to 76% of physicians were not even aware that the patient had an advanced care directive plan. That is why it's important to talk about death and dying. Those are advantages. Having a plan of action alleviates the burden from our family members and loved ones, the disagreements, the ill feelings, the worry or stress. Life insurance alleviates the cost, the finances of having to fundraise or worry about what they will do to bury you. In conclusion, having a plan of action is wise because it gives us control. And as the human race, we like to be in control of our own lives and our own wills. So this gives us the plan and the ability to do so even when we're not able. Thank you.